Buddy Kofoid's redemption. Jock Goodyer gets a U.S. win. Sunday winners and Monday racing. Plus news from Shane Van Gisbergen and Cody Sommer. Let's go. It's Monday, September 2nd. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. If you're a Kubota equipment owner now or you plan to be in the future, then you're going to need the myKubota app. It's an essential tool for managing your equipment efficiently and effectively. It's got real-time monitoring, maintenance reminders, diagnostic alerts. myKubota streamlines operations and helps prevent breakdowns. You can also access helpful Kubota resources such as maintenance schedules and manuals, investigate fault codes, get help with step-by-step guides, and watch video resources to help you get the most out of your Kubota machine. If you need parts or service, you can quickly locate the nearest dealer to your current location. It doesn't matter whether you're doing construction, you run a big agricultural operation, or you use Kubota equipment around your house. Take control of it and streamline your workflow today with myKubota. You can download the app and experience the difference. You can find it in the Google Play or Apple App Stores. You can click the links below in the video description on YouTube or scan the QR code on your screen. World of Outlaws sprint cars at USAC last night for the High Bank Nationals makeup. $100,000 went to the winner. The feature ended up being a really good battle between Carson Macedo and Buddy Kofoid, with Kofoid coming out on top for the big money. Kofoid was able to take advantage of Macedo stuck in lap traffic to take the lead, and then he survived a Hail Mary attempt in the final corners to score what was really a redemption win. Remember back to the High Bank Nationals in 2023, Kofoid led the first 30 laps from the pole before his Toyota engine expired in a big way, which handed the lead to David Gravel, who went on to the $250,000 win. This year, though, no issues with the Toyota power, and Kofoid earns his first career six-figure payday. Macedo settled for a close second, and Bill Balog joined them on the podium. Good run for him. This to me felt like a statement win as well after what was really a miserable Knoxville Nationals for Kofoid and that Roth team a few weeks ago. They were on the outside looking in, for the big show Saturday night. Their teammate James McFadden really had no issues all week there. This was also Kofoid's first win of any kind since Attica way back in May. Since then, they've had some good stretches. They've led laps a few times, but just couldn't close the deal. In an interesting twist, Kofoid's crew chief Dylan Buswell shared to Twitter that the engine that expired last season at USAC, taking them out of the win, was actually the same one they used last night. That is an absolutely wild fact. No changes in the Outlaw Championship picture through the weekend, as with this differing format, only show up points for available. David Gravel still leads Downey Shots by 110 points, with Macedo third, 114 back. Coming up, the Outlaws will spend the next 3 weeks in California racing at Stockton, Hanford, Bakersfield, Merced, and Tulare. The Tom Tarleton Classic at Hanford, that one pays $21,000 to win, and the second night of the Dennis Roth Classic at Tulare is $83,000 to win, so some big money coming up. I think this could be a pivotal stretch in the championship as well, because David Gravel has been awfully quiet lately. They've continued to stack up top 10 finishes, but no laps led since winning at Weedsport at the end of July. Macedo's average finish over his last 5 races is 2.4, and it's 3.5 over his last 10 races. If that JJR41 can keep up this pace, they just might be able to make something of this championship. I believe we're at 19 races left on the season if I counted properly. 114 points over 19 races, not impossible. The Outlaws will next be on track Friday at Stockton. Elsewhere in Sunday action, Jock Goodyer is now a winner on U.S. soil. He and Paul Silva's decision to head back to California paid off with an $8,000 win in the NorCal Posse shootout at Placerville. He topped Shane Hopkins and Tanner Carrick in a 31-car field of 360s that also included names like Justin Peck, Ryan Bernal, and Andy Forsberg. Anthony Macri went 5th to the win at Lincoln yesterday to pick up the $20,000 Kevin Gobrecht Memorial. He's now won his last 3 straight sprint car starts. He and Joe Mooney will be bringing a lot of momentum into Port Royal this week. Ayrton Jeniton was a Power Eye winner at Lake Ozark. Joe Myers Jr. swept the IRA weekend. Kel Thomas won the Fast Show at Wayne County, and Jake Bubak won the IMCA Race Saver Nationals at Eagle Raceway for the 3rd time. In USAC midget action, after something like 6 weeks since their last race, Zach Wigal picked up his first career series win. He led 26 laps and topped Cannon McIntosh and Logan Seavey at Angel Park. Points leader Dayson Pursley went 9th to 5th on the night. The midgets are right back today for another round at Angel Park before going quiet again for a few weeks. Their next event is the Four Crown Nationals at Eldora later this month. Can I just say here, I have really not enjoyed the way this USAC midget schedule has played out this season. I'm rarely going to be critical of things like schedule organization, what tracks they go to, But I do hope that Gisbergen and the USAC guys will have a hard look at this one for 2025. They didn't start racing until May. They raced for a few weeks, did Indiana Midget Week, then took a month off, did a few more shows, then took another 6 weeks off. I just don't know how you build any momentum this way. I'm as deep in on this stuff as anyone, and I've been really checked out on the USAC midgets this season. Real quick, this is the last call for the Labor Day discount on DIRTRACKR merch through midnight tonight. If you use code LABORDAY24 at checkout at shop.dirtracker.com, you can get 25% off your entire order of shirts and stickers. That's LABORDAY24 at checkout for 25% off shop.dirtracker.com. With the Hillbilly 100 at Tyler County rained out, a bunch of teams went to Eldora early to run the Baltes Classic yesterday. 65 cars for 5,000 win. That's a pretty crazy field. Garrett Alberson ended up leading all 30 laps from the pole. He held off Carson Ferguson and Jonathan Davenport. Ricky Thornton Jr. made a charge for the lead at one point, actually held it briefly before Alberson drove back by. It was Alberson's first career trip to victory lane at Eldora. The track is quiet today and Tuesday with the Flow Series on track Wednesday, and then the World 100 starts on Thursday. Other Sunday late model winners included Chad Simpson with the MLRA at Moberly. He's actually got a commanding lead in that championship right now as well. Morgan Bagley was a Comp Chems winner at Magnolia. McKay Wenger is finally a Mars winner. He picked up the win at Spoon River over Ryan Unzicker and Jason Fager. Around the country today, a fresh week of racing starts. We'll have action every single night coming up. Port Royal today has their Labor Day Classic for $7,300 to win. This will be the locals' last chance to tune up before the Tuscarora 50 starts on Thursday. There's also the Short Track Super Series at Utica Rome. This race was supposed to run yesterday, but got pushed back today because of weather. And at Boone Speedway, the 42nd IMCA Super Nationals get rolling tonight. You'll get a full show for the late models, plus prelim action for Northern Sport Mods and Hobby Stocks. First on-track action is slated for 2 p.m. Central Time. To close out today, I've got 2 news items for you. First, according to Australia's Speed Cafe, Shane Van Gisbergen and Trackhouse Racing team owner Justin Marks are apparently exploring the possibility for SVG to run the Chili Bowl next January. SVG will be a full-time Cup Series driver in 2025 and is currently in the midst of his first full-time season in the U.S., driving in the Xfinity Series while he runs a part-time Cup schedule. SVG has experience in sprint cars and midgets, racing at places like Bay Park and Western Springs in New Zealand, but his previous Supercars team owner put the kibosh on his midget racing following a crash. Van Gisbergen, not a small guy, and he told Speed Cafe that his size could be an issue in both being comfortable in the car and performing well at an event like the Chili Bowl. If something gets worked out, he said they might test in the coming months. Either way, though, SVG does plan on returning home to New Zealand during this offseason to get back in a sprint car. And finally today, another new dirt late model chassis is making its debut at Eldora this week. Gateway Dirt Nationals promoter and previous president of Scott Bloomquist Racing, Cody Sommer, is rolling out his new DRT piece. DRT stands for Dirt Racing Technologies, and the car was on track yesterday during the Baltes Classic. In a release, Sommer says the car design isn't a copy of another chassis or brand, unlike, quote, several examples of new chassis over the years. Before heading to Eldora, the DRT car was tested by Nick Hoffman, and it did make its first appearance in qualifying on Sunday. Sommer is driving it at Eldora. He qualified 24th of 32 cars in Group A yesterday, finished 8th in Heat 3. The car did not appear the rest of the night, though, and Sommer tweeted a photo of what looked like a very bent shock. He said their plan was to take it night by night through the week, so we'll see if that blue number 13 signs in on Wednesday for the Flow Series race. That's it for the show today. Make sure to hit up dirtracker.com/watch tonight to see your streaming options on this Labor Day. Hope you guys have a great Monday out there. We will see you right back here tomorrow.